Darkness falls, the lure of the unknown. Night falls, shadows crawl, the woods whisper. There's an undeniable allure to the darkness, a primal fear that draws us in. We seek out the unknown, the thrill of adrenaline, the chill down our spines. But some places hold more than just darkness. They hold secrets, pain, and echoes of something sinister. These are the places where nightmares are born, the haunted houses, the abandoned hospitals, the unholy grounds where exorcisms have been performed. These are the stories of those who dared to venture into the darkness and encountered something truly terrifying. Whispers in the woods, haunted houses and restless spirits. Imagine a ramshackle cabin nestled deep in the woods. The windows are boarded up, paint peeling, an air of neglect hangs heavy. Campers drawn to its isolation soon discover they are not alone. Footsteps creak on the stairs, disembodied whispers float on the wind. Cold spots, the feeling of being watched, and the overwhelming sense of dread. These are the hallmarks of a place where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Stories abound of such places, where restless spirits linger, unable or unwilling to move on. Some say these spirits are harmless, seeking only acknowledgement. Others whisper of malevolent entities, their rage and sorrow echoing through the years. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. To spend a night in a haunted house is to invite the darkness in. Echoes of suffering abandoned hospitals in the wilderness. There's a chilling silence that permeates abandoned hospitals. The sterile smell of disinfectant lingers, a stark contrast to the decay and ruin. These places, once dedicated to healing, now stand as monuments to suffering. Worn medical instruments lie scattered, rusted beds stripped bare. The air is thick with the memories of pain, fear, and the ghosts of those who never found peace. Campers seeking shelter or a thrill often stumble upon these forgotten places. But be warned, not all who enter are meant to leave. Some report seeing spectral figures in hospital gowns, hearing the moans of the suffering. Others claim to have been touched by unseen hands, their sanity pushed to the brink. The energy of pain and despair can linger, leaving its mark on those who dare to trespass. The unholy ground. Exorcisms under a starless sky. The woods hold a different kind of fear at night. The darkness feels deeper, the silence heavier. It's in these isolated places, far from civilization, that the battle between good and evil is often waged. Exorcisms, ancient rituals meant to cast out malevolent entities, are not for the faint of heart. The stories of those who have witnessed such events are enough to chill the soul. Imagine a circle of flickering lanterns, casting grotesque shadows on the trees. In the center, a person possessed, their body contorted, their voice a guttural rasp. The air crackles with unseen energy, the smell of sulfur hangs heavy. The priest chants, his voice a desperate plea, the possessed screams, fighting against the holy words. These are the moments when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest, when the forces of darkness threaten to break through. To be present at such an event is to witness the raw power of both good and evil. A terrifying and awe-inspiring experience. Deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a group of friends embarked on a weekend camping trip. They found an old secluded cabin, seemingly abandoned for decades. But as darkness fell, so did a palpable sense of dread. The friends began to hear strange noises, whispers, footsteps, and disembodied voices. One night, as they huddled around a flickering lantern, they heard a blood-curdling scream from outside. Grasping whatever weapons they could find, they cautiously ventured out into the darkness. They found nothing. No signs of an animal, no other humans for miles. But the terror that had gripped them wouldn't be dismissed so easily. The friends realized with growing horror that their friend was possessed. Something evil had taken root in his soul, feeding off their fear. They were trapped in a nightmare, miles from help, with no way to escape the entity that had latched onto their friend. Desperate, they tried everything they could think of to help their friend. They performed makeshift rituals, prayed for deliverance, and even attempted to physically restrain him. But the entity only grew stronger, its grip on their friend tightening. As the sun began to rise, casting long shadows through the trees, they knew they had to act fast. They made a desperate plan, a risky gambit to drive out the entity before it consumed their friend entirely. They gathered around their friend, their faces etched with fear and determination. They called upon a higher power, drawing on a strength they didn't know they possessed. And slowly, painstakingly, they began to push back against the darkness. The price of curiosity when the supernatural strikes back. The entity fought back, its rage palpable. The cabin shook with its fury. The air crackled with unseen energy. The friends stumbled, their resolve faltering. Just when they thought all hope was lost, a blinding light filled the cabin. The entity let out an ear-splitting shriek, its grip on their friend loosening, then silence. Their friend collapsed, his body racked with tremors. As he slowly regained consciousness, his eyes were clear, his voice back to normal. The entity was gone. The friends had survived their harrowing ordeal, but they were forever changed. They had stared into the abyss, and the abyss had stared back. They learned the hard way that some doors are not meant to be opened. Some places are better left undisturbed. The experience left an indelible mark on their souls, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurks at the edges of our world. They emerged from the woods shaken but alive, forever bound by their shared terror. They carried with them the chilling truth that some things cannot be unseen, some fears never truly fade. The darkness lingers, a haunting reminder. So the next time you find yourself surrounded by the silence of the woods, the air thick with anticipation, remember these stories. Remember the haunted houses, the abandoned hospitals, the exorcisms under a starless sky. Remember the terror that gripped those who dared to venture into the unknown. And ask yourself, are you truly prepared to face what lies ahead? The darkness is patient. It waits for us to let our guard down, to stumble into its embrace. And once you've experienced its touch, you'll never be the same. The stories of haunted houses, abandoned hospitals, and exorcisms in the woods will continue to be told and retold around campfires and in hushed tones. They are a testament to our fascination with the unknown, our fear of the darkness, and the enduring power of the human spirit to confront the things that go bump in the night. But be warned, these stories are not for the faint of heart. They are a chilling reminder that some things are best left undisturbed, some secrets are better left buried. The darkness is